skills you have experienced during a fire emergency in our campus. In our particular departments, computer science, the John Honey building that we're currently in, and the Jack Cole building, one of the major issues is the evacuation time, which is standing at about 5 seconds, which isn't actually too bad, but people don't use their nearest fire exits. Everybody goes to the front door. In the John Honey building especially, there's exits in nearly every lab, but everybody goes to the front door. Are there any other ways besides the fire alarm to alert people about fire emergencies? The simple answer is no. It's just the sounder that goes off. The only other thing we may do is email out staff and students if there's a problem with the fire alarm, but in an emergency we don't use that at all. Do most students get notified about the alarm, test or fire drill, and are they able to distinguish? And how do you get feedback from the test or drill? There are signs up about a fire test that we do on a Monday at 3 o'clock, and every semester I email out a document to the staff and students with details of when the fire alarm will be tested and various evacuation procedures. And as for a drill, we don't inform anybody because we want it to be a proper drill, as if there was an emergency, so nobody knows that this is just a drill. We don't get any feedback currently, but I am going to try and put something in place to try and make it a bit better and a bit more efficient. Do you believe that the way people get noticed about the fire drill at the moment is efficient? Yes. I think it's reasonably efficient. If it is a fire drill that's being talked about, because we don't want people to know that it is a drill. Is there a clear sign indicating the assembly point? No, there's not. There's an assembly point on the grass just outside the maths building, which is about 30 metres from the doors of the computer science buildings, but there is no assembly point sign on it. There is the document that I said that I send out that does tell people that that's the assembly point, but there is no signage currently. How can you confirm that there are still people inside the building? Well, we can't really do that. We do have a key card system on the Jack Cole building, but it doesn't currently work. We are now going to get fire marshals and fire wardens for the building. So we'll have one roughly on every corner of the building, and it'll be their job to go down through the corridor and make sure people are out of the offices, but only if it's safe to do so, and that way we should have some idea that everybody's out. Do you think it's important to notify someone if you are safe when there's an emergency? Yes, very much so. This is something that we will be discussing next week when I have arranged a training course for Departmental Fire Marshals and Fire Wardens, and we'll try and get some sort of system. Mostly people know who they are with, even if it's a lab full of 70 students. The people sit in general groups, so they know most of the people who are around about, but we could improve on that. Were you aware about fire safety before your current role? Not really, no. Just the basic, the fire alarm goes off at 3 o'clock on a Monday, and that's a test. If it lasts for any more than 5 seconds, then it's a drill or an actual emergency.
So would you ever use a mobile application to get out of a fire emergency safe?
If it provides me with valuable information, then absolutely, yeah.
What kind of valuable information?
Things like how to navigate out of the building, where the fire is at the moment, so how to navigate out of the building, what emergency pathways to use to get out of the building safely.
And how aware are you about fire safety? Do you know any steps to take during a fire emergency at all?
Absolutely not. I mean, that's something that the mobile app could provide me with, I guess.
Do you find any information or tips on how to behave during this?
I mean, the fire notices are all around, but you don't consciously read them because you just simply don't care. Whereas if it were presented on an app, I would request it when I need it.
Yeah.
It'd be good because in a fire, I don't have time to scan the room for such a fire notice. I just want to pull up my phone and look up it. So